Thank you for joining me once again. We are going to do, I am going to do the extra book of the month. So, that book is called Saving Ruby King by Catherine Adele West. I did listen to the audiobook version, so I will have a picture of the cover attached to this book review video. And it was suggested by Angel Jordan. Woo! So this is the extra book for the month of June. I want to say first that this book had me in my feelings. Okay, had me in my emotions. The content hit close to home. And it took me a minute to get through the reading of this book. And I will do my best not to ramble and not to get on my soapbox too much. Okay, so as the nature of the story, it pretty much hits on a few aspects. The nature of this story hits on a few aspects of my personal life, so it was a pill to swallow, and it took me longer than normal to read because I had to keep putting it down to like recalibrate and breathe a little bit. So I thought to myself, what the heck, this angel got me reading? Like, seriously? I think we kind of talked about that a few days ago when we saw each other. I was just like, look, chick, seriously? But here goes, okay? So this story is centered around Ruby King, whom resides in Chicago with her mother Alice and her father Lebanon. Alice is a God-fearing woman that works for the church in the finance department. Alice can't spend enough time doing the Lord's work and spends an abundance of time at church. Alice and Lebanon are an unlikely pair and have issues within their marriage. Alice has tried to believe and encourage Lebanon throughout their relationship. Alice's efforts are for naught, and she decides it's time for her to protect herself and Ruby. Will Alice be able to finally get herself and Ruby out of an abusive home? You will have to read the book to find out. Lebanon endures an abusive upbringing. He longed to have a loving family, but that didn't happen. Lebanon believes the abuse he received from his mother, Sarah, prepared him for prison life. Lebanon went to prison for murder, and when released, he wanted to get his life together, have a family, and be a better man. However, Lebanon's anger and ways just wouldn't let that happen. Although sweet Alice tried to help him, he tore her down and made a beautiful home into hell for its occupants. Lebanon was the villain in the lives of Millen. Lebanon was the villain in the lives of many. Lebanon had to come to grips with his past and present. Did Lebanon's reckoning come too late or not? You'll have to read the book to find out. Ruby had to endure life in the home with domestic violence, a life of fear and hurt caused by Lebanon. Ruby tried to escape by way of self-harming, but was unsuccessful. She wanted a different life for herself, but didn't know how to get it. Alice believed in loyalty and sticking by family and imparted that to Ruby. Ruby felt stuck in her circumstances. Will Lebanon let Ruby go? Is it a Ruby is at a pivotal point in her life where she makes some tough decisions. Which way will Ruby go? Well, you'll have to read the book to find out. Layla, Ruby's longtime friend, is caught up in the web of secrets and lies. Layla's father, Pastor Jackson, has a long history with Lebanon. Jackson and Lebanon were friends as children and have a secret. Jackson is conflicted and has lived life in his own mental prison, while Lebanon was in a physical prison. Layla is intent on helping Ruby and uncovers things that cause her to take action. Will Layla be able to save her friend Ruby or cause more harm than good? Well, again, you'll have to read the book to find out. This story is an unraveling of history that collides with the present. Past deeds of two families connected by secrets passed down to the descendants. History repeating itself to a degree. Will the cycle of abuse, lies, murder, guilt and secrets end? Will family and faith prevail? As always, you'll have to read the book to find out. So, there are some triggers in this book, okay? Because I was getting triggered all over the place. But there is domestic violence, commentary of sexual abuse, death, and murder described. There is a description of prison environment. There is commentary on church. There is commentary of church life and the actions of the people that attend and are in a position of power. The overall story can be a hard pill to swallow. I remember thinking that I read this before and I didn't get all the way through it before. Like I said, the storyline hits close to home. So I had to take some breaks while reading it this time, but I finished it. There were a few jaw-dropping moments while reading this book. So you will definitely have to pick it up and read it. Get through it. Take your breaks if you need to, but it is a very good story. There are a few thoughts that I had while reading this book that are shareable. There are some that aren't shareable, but some that are shareable are oftentimes abusers have been abused in some way themselves. There is a saying that hurt people hurt people. Often adults repeat the familial cycles knowingly and unknowingly. Family secrets and how one deals with it has residual effects on those involved and bystanders. Another thought was people go to great lengths to protect those they love, even if they go about it in the wrong way. You'll see this in the book for both families, okay? It can be hard for people to love themselves and others when they haven't been given love or only see it being given to others. This is also in the book. Lebanon saw love being given to Jackson by his family, but Lebanon didn't receive it at his own home. So it was kind of like he was an outsider looking into a better home life and wishing it for himself, and he never got it. It's often hard for those people to receive and give love that they've never felt before firsthand. Okay? And my last shareable thought is church folks, friends, family, co-workers, and community members know abuse is happening, suspect it happening, and stand by saying, that's not my business. Happens all the time. Not my business. I'm not getting involved. It ain't got nothing to do with me. And when death occurs, they act so shocked. Like, oh wow, we might have never thunk it. And be the loudest mourners in the room, making comments of, I wish I could have done something. I wish he or she would have come to me, etc., etc., etc. The guilt can leave a stain on you for not doing something, anything, to assist. At what lengths will you go to assist someone in need that you know is in need of assistance, leaving an abusive relationship, a child being abused? What lengths would you go to? At what point will you give up trying to assist? I once heard a statistic that said that women will attempt to leave their abuser at least 7 times, and some are never successful in getting out alive. Will you stop helping on the 2nd try, the 3rd try, the 4th try? And the children are often abused in the home at some point as well. Usually it starts out with just the adults, and oftentimes it trickles on down to the children. I listened to the audiobook version, so I'm not sure if the physical copy has any discussion questions. These are just a few to get you started. The topic of sexual abuse and a child being born from it, how that affects all parties involved. Is physical violence towards others a learned behavior, self-preservation, or simply a part of human nature? How to interact with someone that has self-harming behaviors is a good topic. What to do if there's domestic violence occurring in the home. What to do if someone has been sexually abused. How far would you go to keep a secret? How far would you go to save your friend? So there are many other questions and topics that can be generated from this book. I kind of just jotted down those few. But if you read the book, I'm confident that you'll come up with more discussion questions. There is a passage in the book that says, there are many things we learn in this world. Those things can make you hard, but you have a choice not to let it. You don't be the rock, you be the river. So that's all. That's it. That's all. I can't give you any more. And I'm afraid that if I talk too much more about it, I'll go off on a tangent, which I don't want to do. So I'm going to leave you with that, okay? Thank you again, Angel Jordan, for another book suggestion. This book definitely has drama, mystery, faith, guilt, death, and dilemma, okay? So it is a very interesting book. I believe it's a little bit fast paced. Even though I read the audiobook version, I think it's moderate to fast paced. It takes you on a roller coaster of the past and present colliding in epic ways, okay? It's a page turner and takes you on a wild ride to find out how all the chips fall, okay? And there's a twist that I did not see coming. I was very surprised. I was just like, wait, what? 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 Are you serious? Like, wait a minute. I had to rewind it on the audiobook version. I had to rewind it because I was like, wait a minute, what? Oh man. So yeah, you're definitely gonna be like, um, I would like to know what happens next in the lives of these characters. I'm just a little bit. I'm curious. I'm curious. I mean, they do give you, kind of like the epilogue kind of version of what next. But I think the author could definitely get another book out of this storyline. I did not check to see if there is a follow up book or not. If there is, and you know about it, let me know. I may suck it up and read it. Just for the sheer fact that I'm curious as to how the rest of the lives, how the rest of the characters, how the rest of the life of I'm just curious as to how the rest of the characters' lives play out after this period in their life. So another great selection, Angel Jordan. Thank you so much for suggesting the book. It was a very good book, and I give it a 10 out of 10. It was it was good. It didn't leave me wanting anything. If this is the only book, I got what I got what I needed from it. There's another book, yippee. So if you've read the book, put your thoughts in the comments. If you haven't read it, check it out. Let me know what you think. And now it's time to get to the July extra book. The July extra book. Like, here's the days. Here's all those selections. Woo! Now, can you believe that this year is at the halfway point? It's gone by pretty quick for me. If you don't know, you are able to comment and make book suggestions that will be entered into a drawing. Every month, there will be an extra book selected from this handy dandy vase that I will read and give a review. You will be given a shout out for your selection during the book review, just like Angel Jordan has in this book review. All book genres suggestions are welcomed. So, even if they're hard for me to read, I will get through it and give you an honest book review, okay? So, who will be the lucky person this time? And it better not be Angel. That's all I'm going to say. We want someone else's book suggestion. When I talked to her, she was like, "Oh, you could just forget those other ones." No, you made the suggestions. Don't back out now. You made them. They in here. All right. So, who is going to be for the month of July? Okay. So, this one is Reading with Tara, Girl, Woman, Other by Bernadine Evresto. Girl, Woman, Other by Bernadine Evresto. I have no clue as to what that book is about. I hope I can find it. I don't know. So, Reading with Tara selection is going to be for the month of July. Girl, Woman, Other. That, hmm. Hmm. Interesting title. Okay. So that's the extra book for the month of July. Hopefully I can find it for free. I'm a book lover, but I look, I like my coins too. Okay, so we gonna try and find it for free. Okay. So there you have it. So if you would be so kind to subscribe, click like, share, tell a friend. And until next time, keep turning the pages, my book lovers.